The room is humble, walls adorned with faded photographs and woven tapestries. A single oil lamp flickers on a wooden table, casting long shadows. Outside, the sun dips low, painting the window in soft amber hues. Rose, 82, sits in a creaky rocking chair, her wrinkled hands folded in her lap like ancient maps. Her eyes, soft but weary, hold the weight of decades. Across from her, on a stool, sits Lily, awesome, her wide innocent eyes fixed on her grandmother. Lily clutches a worn doll, the air thick with the scent of chamomile tea and nostalgia. Lily reaches out, her small hand enveloping one of Rose's. Rose smiles faintly, her voice a gentle rasp, carrying the timbre of rivers worn smooth by time, pain etched in every syllable, wisdom blooming like wildflowers in cracked earth. Rose. Softly, with a sigh. Oh, my little Lily, you've got those ears, just like the wildflowers in the meadow when I was your age. Full of wonder, not a shadow of sorrow yet. Sit closer, child. The evening's whispering secrets, and I think it's time you heard mine. Not the pretty tales I spin for bedtime, but the real ones, the ones that carve these lines on my face like rivers through stone. Hold my hand tight now. Stories like this, they pull at the heartstrings. Lily nods, squeezing Rose's hand. Rose's gaze drifts to the window, as if seeing ghosts in the twilight. Her voice dips, drawing Lily, and us, into the past. Rose, conted. It was a world not so different from this one, Lily, but harsher, like the winter winds that howl through our valley. I was born in 1943, in a tinny cottage much like this, but with mud floors and a roof that leaked like an old man's ease. My ma, your great minus grandma Eliza, she was the strongest soul I ever knew. Widowed young, with 5 mouths to feed, including mine. Papa went off to the war, the big one, and never came back. Just a telegram, cold as ice, saying he was lost in the line of duty. I was barely 5, but I remember the day it came. Ma sat by the fire, staring into the flames, her hands twisting that locket he gave her. No tears, Lily. Not in front of us children. But oh, the silence, it screamed louder than any cry. Flashback minus Rose's voiceover narrates as images unfurl. A young Rose, bit, wide minus aid in a threadbare dress, watches her mother Eliza, 30, sturdy but hollow minus cheeked, crumple the telegram. Rain patters on the thatch roof. Siblings huddle close, the fire sputtering weakly. Cut to Eliza rising, resolute, rolling up sleeves to knead dough for bread. Rose, vio. From that day, Ma taught us survival wasn't about luck, it was about roots digging deep. We planted potatoes in the rocky soil, foraged berries till our fingers bled. I learned to mend clothes with thorns for needles, to trap rabbits with snares made from twisted wire. Hunger was our constant shadow, but love was the light that kept us from the dark. Ma would sing us lullabies at night, her voice cracking but fierce, through storm and stone, we'll find our home. That's what she said, Lily. And I believed her. Back in the present, Lily tilts her head, her small brow furrowing. Lily. Whispering. Did it hurt, Grandma? When Grandpa? I mean, your papa didn't come home. Rose. Is misting, but steady. Like a knife to the soul, sweet one. But pain teaches us to cherish the warmth we have. Now, let me tell you of the love that bloomed later, when I was grown and the world tried to break me again. Rose pauses, sipping tea, her hand trembling slightly. Lily leans in, dull forgotten. Rose, conted. I was 16 when I met your grandfather, Thomas, with hair like raven wings, and a laugh that chased clouds away. He was a farmhand on the neighboring plot, strong as an oak, but gentle as spring rain. We danced at the harvest festival under lantern light, his hand on my waist, and I swear, Lily, the stars leaned down to watch. Rose, he said, you were the bloom in this barren field. We married quick, in a church with walls more whole than stone. Vowing forever against the odds. Flashback. Young Rose, 16, radiant in a simple white dress, twirls with Thomas, 20, in a moonlit barn. Lauder choose. Cut to their wedding, sparse guests, a homemade cake. They kiss under an arch of wildflowers, as alight with divine joy. Then shadows, Thomas enlisting in another conflict, a border skirmish that tore families apart. Rose clutches his uniform, tears finally falling. Rose, VO. But worse, a thief, child. It stole him just 2 years in. I was carrying your Auntie Mabel then, swollen with life, but hollow with loss. The letter came on a stormy night, killed in action. I fell to my knees in the mud, screaming at the heavens. Why us, Lord? Why the good ones first? But there was no answer, only the babe kicking inside me, reminding me life goes on, stubborn as weeds. Rose's voice cracks, a single tear tracing her cheek. Lily wipes it away with her sleeve, her own eyes brimming. Lily. Softly. You were brave, Grandma. Like a warrior queen. Rose. Chuckling weakly. Brave. No, Lily. Desperate. I birthed Mabel alone, with only the midwife and the midwife's God. Raised her through famine years, when the crops failed and we ate roots boiled in water. I worked the fields till my back bent like a bow, sewed dresses by lamplight for pennies. Lost 2 more babes to the fever, one a boy, little as your doll, gone in a night. Each loss carved deeper, but Mabel she was my anchor. Mama, she'd say, tugging my skirt, tell me papa's stories. And I'd weave them from dreams, making him a hero who watched over us from the clouds. Flashback. Young Rose, 20, exhausted, cradles newborn Mabel in a dim room. Thunder rumbles. Cut 2 years later, Rose, 30, plowing fields with a mule, sweet minus streaked, Mabel, bit, trailing behind with a basket. Then, tragedy, a teeny grave under an oak, Rose weeping as she plants a cross. Resilience, Rose teaching Mabel to read by firelight, their lauder a balm. Rose, conted. Survival's a cruel teacher, but the car accident that took your uncle young. Each one a dagger, twisting. Present, Rose's voice grows fervent, her tired eye is alight. Rose, conted. Yet here we are, Lily. In this warm nook, with you, my little miracle. You've brought the sun back to these old bones. See these hands. They've buried dreams, wiped tears, planted seeds that grew into you. My eyes. They've seen darkness swallow light, but also the dawn after. My voice. It's carried laments and lullabies, pain and praise. Flashback montage. Rose through the years, laughing with hope as a child, burying a loved one, dancing at a wedding, now cradling baby Lily. Resilience threads it all, a woman unbowed. Rose, VO, continuing the montage. Love is the thread, lost the wave, survival the loom, and hope is the garment we wear against the cold. I've lost more than I can count, husbands, children, homes, but each taught me to hold tighter to what's left. You, my Lily, are my greatest treasure. Promise me you'll remember, when storms come, and they will, dig deep like roots, love fires like fire, survive with grace, and always find the hope in the hurt. Lily, tears streaming, hugs Rose fiercely. Rose envelops her, rocking gently as the evening deepens. Lily. I promise, Grandma. I love you. You were my hero. Rose. Whispering, voice breaking with joy. And you were mine, child. Now and forever.